Hello and welcome to this next Railsim Gamer tutorial. Let's get into it. Good evening and welcome to another Train Sim World tutorial, and welcome to part 2 of something called Train Sim World Annotation or Route Annotation. If you haven't watched part 1 and you have no clue what I'm on about, this is a tutorial all about installing Train Sim World Annotation. If you want to know what Train Sim World Annotation is, we went through it last week, but please see the video to the right hand side or in the comments here, and this will talk to you about kind of what this video is about. But this is the installation guide all about Train Sim World or TSW route annotation, which we talked about last week. So it's going to be a very quick tutorial, but it's how to install it and get it running in Train Sim World 6. It's a pretty simple process, but yeah, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is go to Google Chrome and search for Train Sim World Annotation. We can shorten it to TSW route annotation, and we're going to put Train Sim Community. Forgive the spelling there, just like this. And the one you want is this one here, so TSW route annotation plus live weather. It's then going to take you to the Train Sim Community website, which is full of useful mods, documentation, everything Train Sim, and it's a great website, especially if you're new starter to Train Sim World. You're going to then scroll down, making sure you read all this lovely important content, which will be very helpful, and then go to this bit here where it says files. You're then going to click this lovely link here, which is then going to ask you to save it, so just like this, and then it'll download it just up here. Once it's downloaded, it's quite a small download. You're going to want to run it by clicking on it just here. This bit will then ask about Windows protection. As I've said countless times before, this is all up to you. It's at your own risk. If you download anything or decide to run anything off this tutorial, it's at your own risk. I take no liability for any damage caused to your computer, game, or anything else. So to run it, when this comes up, you go to Windows Protected, your PC, we click More Info, and then we click Run Anyway. It's then going to open this lovely installer that you just want to go through. Click Next. You can then change the file path of your Train Sim World directory. It should auto find it, but you can install it wherever. And then you're going to click Next. And then I'm going to click Next again. Obviously, it's already installed on my PC, so I don't need to do this. So click Next, it'll then install it. And then once it's done, it should then launch. So it's going to come out that and then close. So from your start menu, if you search for TSW route annotation, it should open this lovely window here. Quite often you'll get another pop-up that says, oh, there's an update available, and all you need to do is either click skip version or update, or remind me later, depending on what mood you're in. So when you open it for the first time, you're going to have probably a blank screen like this. There's not a lot going on. There are two things you can do here. You've got overlay and weather. If you want more information on them, just go to the video from last week, again in the description. But the bit you want to do first time is go here into settings. And then you've got this lovely window here that talks about an API. So the API is for the live weather. So an API brings in information from servers or other data sources on the internet. For example, in this case, it's to do the live weather location-wise and the overlay to where you are. So you're going to want to click this box here, which says use automatic API key detection. If you don't have that enabled, you'll have to find your API, which you can do in Steam, but using the automatic ones means you don't have to do that. Don't change any of this other stuff. If you want to change the overlay, the features like the color, these are settings, again with the weather as well. This is where you can change them settings. If you want another video on how to do the different settings, then please let me know in the comments and then we can create one. But yeah, roughly this is just where you go to change the settings. And once you've done that, you're going to just click off and save. And that's it. So you want to pretty much apply the changes. So you're going to go yes here. That's pretty much all you need to do on that end. The next thing you need to do is go to Steam. So opening your Steam account, you'll probably have a Black Friday deal if you're around about this time of year. So opening Steam, you'll then go to your library just here, and then followed by Train Sim Mod 6. You're then going to go to Properties, and the property that you need to insert is this launch options, and you need to type the following exactly how I've written it here. So hyphen hotel tango tango papa alpha papa India. Again, just like this. I'll leave it for another second so you can read it. So you need to enter that and just leave it like that. And then once you've done that, you can then close the settings. and then we can run TrainSimWorld 6. So just like this, click play. If we now launch TrainSimWorld 6, if you now launch TSW route annotation, it should then detect the menu. For example, you'll see in a second, it knows the screen I'm on. So if you look in this bottom section just here, it's reading the TrainSimWorld data as it keeps changing. A very important thing to mention here, you need this running before you open TrainSimWorld 6 in Steam. And there is just one little setting we need to change inside of TrainSimWorld 6. So once this loads, we're going to go to settings. So go to up here, settings, and then screen. And you're going to have to make sure this is windowed or windowed full screen, not full screen. So windowed or full screen, just like that. And that is the last thing you need to do. To check it's working, if we go to the trains, choose a route, that one, we're just choosing a random one here, so don't pay too much attention to what I'm doing. There, like that, and get started. If we now open TSW annotation in front, we should see the location change just here when we say live weather. So we go to here, it should, or overlay even, it should pick up where we are. So if we click get started and then open this again, it should know where we are, which it has. It has now picked up the picture locations of where we are, and you can see it says Hugh Junction, which is our start point. So that is pretty much everything to do with TrainSimWorld route annotation. It's a very powerful tool. Again, if you haven't seen a video from last time, link in the description. But hopefully this should get you onto the next level of enhancement and hopefully give you a good start for TrainSimWorld, especially if you're new to it or if you want to change the settings or push yourself a little further. I hope you found this video useful, helpful and entertaining, and if you like this kind of content, make sure you give us a big fat thumbs up, subscribe and maybe share the video and channel. Any support we get pretty much gets invested back into you guys, so any support means better content, more videos and more ways to enhance TrainSimWorld 6. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.